one of the leading recruiters in France, approved of Manchester United's Leny Yoro coup. Fantastic recruitment for United, they messaged, one of the most talented defenders from France. Some similarities with Varane in the same age. Now he will need to increase physically to play in the Premier League. But he has speed, defensive reading and technique to be a very good player immediately, and for the future. The immediate has been delayed by nearly 4 months after a luckless metatarsal fracture following a tangle with Gabriel Jesus in a friendly with Arsenal. Yoro left Los Angeles on crutches and had surgery 3 days after United returned to Manchester. He was pictured undergoing an individual training session with the physio Ibrahim Karem 3 weeks ago, and there was some gentle ball work. "Almost there, kid," Bruno Fernandes wrote on Yoro's Instagram upload.Yoro, who turns 19 next week. Will not play against PAOK on Thursday or Leicester or Sunday. Perhaps there will be a cameo during the open training session at Carrington on Wednesday. As gutting as Yoro's injury was, United strove to frame the layoff as a positive for the teenager. A senior coaching staff member said it afforded Yoro time to adjust to his new surroundings at the training complex, settle into his new home and explore the city centre. It is an approach Sir Alex Ferguson swore by to lift the morale of an injured player. United turn the page next week. With the 3 inconveniently timed international fortnights boxed off and the spring internationals not until late March, Ipswich Town on November 24th is a new beginning for United. It gives the illusion that it is the real start of their season. They will have a new coach in the dugout, a new formation and ideally a new centre back in their back 3. Yoro was United's costliest summer signing at a fee rising to €70 million. United saw off competition from a complacent Real Madrid, a role reversal 13 years on from Madrid, gazumping them to sign a teenage centre-back from northern France. Varane is understood to have been among the former United players whom Yoro consulted before making his decision. There was surprise at Everton that United parted with more than £50 million up front for a raw and overseas centre-back, having tabled derisory offers for Jared Branthwaite. Injuries have reduced Branthwaite to 1 Premier League start and 2 substitute appearances this term. Yoro played 80 minutes in 2 friendlies in 2 different continents for United before his metatarsal cracked. There were a couple of dicey passes against Rangers and Arsenal, but also glimpses of the confidence that made him so coveted. United have to aim to get him match fit for Ruben Amorim's first appearance in the dugout at Portman Road. Amorim will have 3 team training sessions at the very most once all of the internationals return from duty, and the Sunday scheduling is a benefit. In 60 appearances for Lille, Yoro never played in a back 3. Matthijs de Ligt has but struggled there for the Netherlands at the 2020 European Championship and for Bayern Munich under Julian Nagelsmann. Lisandro Martinez lined up in the formation in Argentina's World Cup quarter-final against the Dutch. A newly signed United centre-back getting a going-over is a rite of passage. Gary Pallister at Main Road in 1989, Jaap Stam in the 1998 Charity Shield, Laurent Blanc against anyone with pace, Nemanja Vidic at Blackburn, Victor Lindelof at Huddersfield, Martinez at Brentford and De Ligt against Tottenham. There have been exceptions. Eric Bailly and Harry Maguire enjoyed stellar and steady starts. "I must say I haven't trained too much with him," Maguire said of Yoro, "but I've seen clips and I've seen attributes in a centre-back of an 18-year-old that you'd want, every single attribute he's got. We must remind ourselves he is really young. There are going to be mistakes, but he has every attribute of a centre-back in the modern game, he has it, so I'm sure he's going to have a bright future. It's our job as senior centre-backs, my job, to help him along, communicate well, let him know what to expect. There are going to be times where I'm sure he'll feel the world is on top of him. There are also going to be times where he's going to feel like the best player in the world. And that's what this club brings. Yoro got the same squad number, 15, as Vidic. He comes from St Maurice is a tricky lyric to work with, but Yoro is a talent United will hope at least emulates Vidic's 8.5 years of service. Vidic joined for £7 million amid interest from Liverpool. That was another coup. Inevitable speculation mooting that incoming Manchester United head coach Ruben Amorim will raid Sporting CP for some of their players in January has been quickly shut down by the man himself. "I will not take any of Sporting's players in January, but that's another story," he told the media this week. One of the players most tipped for a move to United because of his links with Amorim is Sporting attacker Victor Gyökeres. The striker has scored a brilliant 20 goals in 16 matches this season, carrying on his form from last term, which saw him bag 43 goals in 50 outings. However, Amorim knows how tricky it will be to land the Sweden international. Gyökeres costs £100 million. It's very complicated, he said. Whether United spend in January is unclear in light of spending limits. More than £200 million splashed in the summer, and United have dished out a combined £25 million in compensation for the firing of Erik ten Hag and the hiring of Amorim. Either way, Amorim will have a good idea which areas of his squad need strengthening by the new year. And analysts have already been casting their own verdicts ahead of the new coach's start date. Owen Hargreaves believes United need another centre-back and striker, despite acquiring reinforcement in both areas this summer. Defenders Matthijs de Ligt and Leny Yoro were brought in ahead of the new season, while forward Joshua Zirkzee was also signed. De Ligt has endured a stumbling start, while Yoro has yet to make his competitive debut after fracturing his metatarsal in pre-season. Zirkzee, meanwhile, has not scored in 13 matches, having netted the winner in the opening day one. 0 win over Fulham. United have scored just 8 times in their opening 9 games and have shipped 11 goals in the process. I think Amorim needs a striker, and I think he needs a centre-back, Hargreaves told Premier League Productions, as per TBR Football. But I'm just excited. I think we just needed a change, and this is a brilliant change, and I'm sure he's going to want to spend some money. Meanwhile, reports continue to suggest that Amorim might consider a move for Benfica left-back Alvaro Fernandes, who left United's academy this summer. United are struggling for numbers in the position, with Diogo Dalot currently deputising there amid a spate of injuries. Luke Shaw has suffered another setback in his recovery, while Tyrell Malacia is being reintroduced slowly, having not played since May 2023 due to hiccups in his rehabilitation from serious knee surgery. United have a buyback clause in Fernandes' Benfica deal and will be known to Amorim due to playing in the same league as Sporting. The 21-year-old, who never made his competitive senior debut for United, despite winning Reserve Player of the Year in 2022, has been tracked by Amorim, as per Give Me Sport. Manchester United midfielder Manuel Ugarte has revealed that his teammates have been left shocked at one aspect of Ruben Amorim's appointment to replace Erik ten Hag at Old Trafford. His current Sporting boss will take the reins at United from November 11th, bedding himself in during the upcoming international break. Having penned a contract until June 2027. That slight delay means Ruud van Nistelrooy will remain in charge of the first team until Amorim arrives, with the 39-year-old's first game set to be against Ipswich at Portman Road on November 24. The Sporting boss has already developed a glowing reputation in management and won 2 league titles with the Portuguese side, and now Ugarte, who played under Amorim at Sporting from 2021 to 23 before moving on to PSG, has revealed how United's players have approached him with questions about their incoming boss, and that his age has certainly raised a few eyebrows. My teammates have asked a lot about him. What surprised them was his age, Ugarte told DAZN. He's also very hungry to win, and that's very important. I can tell he'll enjoy it. He added on his teammates' reaction to the appointment. It's positive, mainly because the club needs to start building a path, which is important, and the coach will be key to that. While midfielder Ugarte expects Amorim to do well in his new role, he has warned Old Trafford fans to keep their expectations in check at first, as there will certainly be a bedding-in period. I saw that Sporting fans were upset, and that's understandable because the coach is a great coach, he said. It's good for United. We have to take advantage of it and get him to convey his ideas as quickly as possible. I think it's going to be a different dynamic, and the day-to-day will be similar to Sporting's, the league, the country, the football. It's a big challenge for him, but we all know he has the ability. Amorim has 2 more games as Sporting boss before he takes over his new role, with the small matter of a Champions League clash against Manchester City in Lisbon on Tuesday night, followed by a trip to Braga on Sunday. It will then be almost 2 weeks until his first United contest at Portman Road, with games against Bodo Glimt, Everton and Arsenal to follow. Manchester United interim manager Ruud van Nistelrooy has made clear his desire to stay at the club, with his focus solely there despite the fact he was looking to manage before returning and has got that wish. Van Nistelrooy has overseen 2 United games in the wake of Erik ten Hag's sacking And while he was in management prior to joining as an assistant and revealed his desire was to continue on that path, the Dutchman now feels staying put at Old Trafford is where he is best served. Meanwhile, United have been given a significant double boost amid links to Victor Gyökeres with Florian Plettenberg, stating why he believes Ruben Amorim has already decided to make the Swede a top target, and with another report also detailing why it is certain he will leave.